You are watching the video version of the Marketing Should Be Fun podcast. We are so glad that you are here. If you prefer to listen to podcasts, you can find the Marketing Should Be Fun show on any of your favorite podcast platforms, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere else. But most of all, we're so glad you're here, and I hope that you enjoy today's conversation.
Welcome back to Marketing Should Be Fun. I am your host, Kelsie Zarko, and I'm usually here with my friend Austin, but he'll be back next time. Today, I am joining you for a super quick word of encouragement that starts with a story. And I hope that this is a really brief moment where you can grab some inspiration and a quick application that you can put into practice right away. Here's the story. I was having coffee with a friend of mine a few months ago. We were sitting at one of my favorite coffee shops. It was actually a big group of moms that I know from my daughter's school. And we were chatting about working mom life and marketing and business and ideas. This particular friend is a coffee roaster, which is literally one of the coolest jobs out there. And we were just brainstorming ways to connect her audience to her content. And I was just I went into brainstorm mode, as I do, since this is what I get to do for our clients here at Savage Content all the time. And I just started spitballing ideas. And she was like, man, we need to schedule a call where you can just download all your information onto me. And she was joking, but I told her, I said, hey, this is what I do for a living. I do offer coaching calls around content creation, if that's something that would help you. And she was kind of mind blown and was like, I had no idea this was your job. And while that's great and means that we were having a good time and not talking about work all the time, it was also a great reminder to me and something that I want to encourage you in today, that we need to be clear at times about what we do, or our audience and our connections and the people that we have coming to us via our social media or our blogs or our podcasts, our circle will have no idea how they can take the next step with us. I think there's a few reasons that I want to encourage you to be clear about what you're offering. It's very easy for us to think, I only want to serve people. I only want to offer, value-centered content. I want people to want to be in my space because I'm sharing helpful things with them, not because I'm just asking them to buy, or do. And I agree with you. That is, if you've been around Marketing Should Be Fun or Savage Content Collective for any amount of time, we totally believe that. We believe that content performs on a human level and that we build trust with people. And we are all about that. But there also is trust built by being clear. One of my friends loves to say that clear is kind, and I would agree. But here are some other reasons to consider. There is so much noise out there. Consider the amount of content that you are taking in on a daily basis. There's a lot of it. And while that's great because we want to give people multiple touches with our content, we also want to make sure that we can cut through that noise sometimes and help them see what exactly it is we offer and what step they can take with us. We need to cut through the noise. The second reason is that attention spans are just short. They just are. This is not a surprise in our society today. It's so interesting to look at data and think about the best practices for how to grab someone's attention or how long they'll spend on a post before they scroll on. Honestly, if you think about it too long, it's probably not very encouraging, but that is the reality of our society. And so how can we serve people well in that and make the road easy for them to travel to get to where we want them to go and where our offer or our product is going to serve them if they get it into their hands? Attention spans are short. Let's make the road easy to travel. And that means we need to talk about our offer clearly. And the third reason is that we just have decision fatigue. This is a normal human experience. And remember, we're creating content for humans. So we want to keep in mind what they have going on in their life and how we can cut through and serve them outside of those obstacles, especially as we head into these last few months of the year. I'm recording this middle of October. We're about to hit Halloween, Thanksgiving, school breaks, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas gifts, all the things. Most likely, whatever service you're offering has some type of sale or deal or reason someone would benefit from getting it at the end of the year or for a gift or for whatever reason. There is also 1 million other companies trying to do that same thing. And a lot of times we see consumers and we see our audience and humans in general have decision fatigue over all the information coming at them this time of year. So let's make the steps simple for them and tell them exactly how they can work with us or connect with our brand or take that step with our product. Let's cut down the decision fatigue and just tell them how. Yes, it is totally important to keep creating that value-centered content. We want to share behind-the-scenes content, personal content, relatable content, entertaining content, informative content. But we also do want there to be times, and I want to encourage you to think through how you can do this in your content in the next coming season, where we clearly explain to them what it is we offer, what it is our product is, what step they can take to get through the next part of their journey with our company, our business, our service, our product. How could you do that on your social media? How could you weave that into your email? How could you talk about that on your podcast? What can you link in your blogs? All these aspects are great ways that we can connect our content to our offers and be clear and tell people what we do. So I don't want you to get to your next coffee date and have your friend have no idea what it is that you do. Be clear, be confident in sharing what you have, because we need what you bring to the world. Hope this encourages you today and helps you take a great next step. We'll see you right back here next time on Marketing Should Be Fun.